My name's James Renfrew. I work for a company called Dig UK, which is based in Samsby, Preston, Lancashire. I've been driving machines for approximately 23.5 years. Been working for Dig since 2018. All those years since then, experience operating the Rototilt R4s. And obviously this machine that's behind us here today, that was also given to me by Stephen last March. With the R4, excellent piece of kit. Where this machine's working at the moment is a place called Littleborough, which is just outside of Rochdale in Greater Manchester. It's a FRC, which is basically flood defences. This particular one is a massive holding reservoir. It's going to incorporate two streams, one that's behind us and another one which is over yonder near the hill over there. And they're going to both converge into one channel. There's about 7 to 5 metres maybe of water depth. So with the Rototilt R4, you can pretty much put it to use doing any task on site. Recently, in the past 7 to 8 weeks, I've been doing the river channels every day. And usually when you're cutting a river channel with just a normal fixed bucket, you'd be sat parallel to it on the opposite side, and you probably cut down flat and then cut down again because there's two channels in it. But with the R4, I've been able to sit horizontal to it, pulling the channel down, and then with the functionality of the R4, just turning the bucket sideways, and I've been cutting the batters either by swimming and then opening the cutting edge, or turning it back and then just putting it on the angle. Engineers specified an 18.5 degree angle for the batters, which is achievable with the user interface in the cab. There's a graphical interface there which tells you what degree of angle you're at. So 18.5 is what the engineers asked for. I can set it up in there just by getting it right, and then away we go. Been doing all the stoning up. You know, there's been stoning up jobs. We did a spillway last year, so we had to do a cut and fill operation on that. Obviously, I had to load the stuff into another machine bucket because of the way the depth was. Use the Rototilt again to flip my bucket around and empty into his bucket. Again, that wouldn't be possible without one, and it made it so much easier. So with the RC4 unit, when I first started using them back end of 2018, my initial concerns was the strength of this part here, because I was thinking that if you was going to be putting a lot of load on the side of the bucket, there was a potential for some fracturing here maybe, but that's been absolutely not the case. Everything has been absolutely spot on. The flow rate from the hydraulic pumps is absolutely fine. You can dial it down on the user interface again. You know, you can change the flow settings to reduce it if it is a little bit too snappy. There's also what they call the pulse feature on this, which is a combination of a button on the left stick and the roller on the right hand side stick, and it's just a nice, easy juggling. Pipe layer John, who's got many years experience, absolutely loves it as well. I'd not operated Rototilts prior to 2018. Since starting to operate them in 2018, it just opens up so many more opportunities for you as an operator and what you can do with one machine. You have to rewire your brain a little bit, because obviously you've learned through experience ways to do it the old-fashioned way, shall we say. But then when you factor in one of these, it just brings a whole new level of possibilities. And I just think now I've got the gist of it over the last 6 years, I won't be without it now. At the start I was a little bit like, you know, jerky, like bit of rotate, little bit of tilt, this and that, but now everything just goes like water, you know, and everything we get asked to do just gets done, you know, it's awesome.